Malaysian. Other than that, let's talk about another interesting topic, and that is the Malaysian Oil and Gas Services Council. So let's say hello to the guests for today.
That's right, we have three guests in the studio. We have Sofyan Yahya, who's the president of the Malaysian Oil and Gas Services Council. Also joining us, we have Mr. Alan Jones, general manager of the Malaysian Exhibition Services. He's the project manager for Mogsec 2012. And we have K. Kannan, publisher of Oil and Gas Review, organizer of Mogsec conference.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, we're happy to be here.
Is it Mogsec or Mogsec or
Mogsec.
something?
Oh, the council is called Mogsec, after almost like an Australian mosquito.
Okay.
And the event is called Mogsec.
Okay.
Yes, Malaysian Oil and Gas Services Council Exhibition and Conference,
So could you
2012.
give us a rough overview before we get started of the basic oil and gas sector in Malaysia? Just a rough overview.
Well, a quick overview on, you meant probably the council itself. We are we're an association, and we're representing the largest number of companies who actually work in the oil and gas, and especially in the services sector. Currently we have about 350 members, and it's growing, and I think after this event it will probably grow a lot faster than this. And we've been around since 2003. In fact, this coming year is our 10th year, our 10th anniversary, so we're quite proud of that. But one thing about us, we cover the entire spectrum of the oil and gas, from the big players to the small players, and you know, that's what we're about, to promote their capabilities and represent their interests.
Okay, so maybe you can share with us your relationship with Petronas.
Well, we collaborate very closely with Petronas. In fact, without Petronas support, I don't think we won't have a strong service sector that we have today. Petronas actually gave all the Malaysian players the opportunities to actually do the job themselves and actually become service providers themselves. And I think the relationship with Petronas is key to the development of our industry, or especially the services sector.
And what about your current membership? How does it stand at?
Well, we have 350, as I said just now, and we cover from the biggest companies to the very specialist, small but highly specialized companies. So we are quite proud to say that we have the entire spectrum of the value chain in the oil and gas services sector.
Okay. So Mr. Alan, maybe you can share with us about the conference itself.
Well, the inception of this event goes back, I think, 18 months.
Yep.
When we wanted to showcase an exhibition that championed what Malaysia has to offer in terms of its expertise in oil and gas technology. You can go to a lot of exhibitions in the region, you'll see a lot of international product. So this is quite unique. We wanted to focus on what Malaysian-based companies could offer. And in line with the Economic Transformation Programme, which oil and gas is one of the NKIs, we wanted to focus on a purely Malaysian event, championing what Malaysian companies can offer. So it's an exhibition, we have a conference alongside, which is designed to give you a snapshot of where Malaysia is and its journey along this Economic Transformation Programme. And we also have a business matching platform, because although we wanted to champion Malaysian-based technology, we cannot ignore the outer world, so we wanted an international platform where foreign companies could come and partner with some of the Malaysian companies. So we've got a showcase of Malaysian technology on the floor. We've got a strategic conference, and also the opportunity to interact with international companies through what we call a BMP.
Now, this being, of course, Malaysia Day just around the corner, it's a good time to take pride in what we're doing here in Malaysia and be proud of what we have accomplished. Can you talk to us about the uniquely Malaysian innovations and ideas that you were mentioning about earlier?
Well, it's like I call a snapshot, if you like. I mean, not all Mogsec members are local, but so that we use the technology Malaysian-based. I think what a lot of people don't realise now is that Malaysian companies in Sofian's association are not just doing business in Malaysia, they're actually doing very, very well overseas. So they're almost acting like what you would call an international company like Shell or Exxon. They're able to deliver that expertise outside of Malaysia.
Maybe I can add, I think you're mentioning about the Malaysian capabilities. The oil and gas is quite unique, that the oil and gas industry operates based on international and global standards. So we can say that the oil and gas services is actually very exportable. You know, where if you're in oil and gas, you're ready to go global, because we work within global and the higher standards. And that's why you'll find a lot of Malaysians, especially personnel, are very popular in the Middle East and other countries, and also Malaysian companies as well. So I think the focus here is now to say, look, in Malaysia we have all these capabilities existing. We've been around for a long time now, and we have our own homegrown oil and gas industry. So we're saying, look, we can be a hub, or we are already a hub that can service this region and also ASEAN. So I think this is what the message we're trying to do, to promote Malaysia as a hub for the region for oil and gas services.
And some of these ideas and innovations will be discussed at the conference.
That's right.
Yes.
So talk to us about organizing this conference.
Basically, it's a strategic conference on the Malaysian oil and gas sector. We have lined up distinguished speakers such as MDC. MDC is actually speaking to share with us how, and for example, why Shell made Malaysia as the IT hub, and how strong is our IT sector in the oil and gas industry, And then we have people from Matrade. They are speaking the support that the local oil and gas companies are getting, or even foreigners who wishes to set up businesses in Malaysia. What are the strategic support they can get from the industry? So this is a very strategic conference actually.
Is it still open for participations?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes,
Even the day of
yeah.
the day, you can walk right in.
Okay,
You pay
so
the fee.
how much is the fee? Is there a fee for it?
Yeah, for Mogsec members they will enjoy 850 ringgit. For non-Mogsec members they pay 1050 ringgit per delegate.
Are there any topics of interest that you would like to highlight at the conference?
I think the conference will be good for those who are seeking to know what kind of support they can get, because the entire theme of the conference is actually Malaysia transforming itself into an oil and gas hub. So I think it's quite significant for oil and gas companies or service providers to find out how they can strategically position their company, to be part of this transformation. So it's very informative in that sense.
And I think it's same for local or international, because MIDA is speaking, the Malaysian Industrial Development Authority, and they offer huge incentives for foreign companies to set up in Malaysia. So they'll be discussing how you can incentivize foreign companies to use Malaysia as a base, which will reinforce its position, or our aim to make it a regional hub.
Okay. Maybe you can share with us more about the business matching platform. How many foreign countries are going to be?
Well, we're still recruiting. Matrade are actually bringing a delegation, which is from 18 different countries, quite very global. We have a UK delegation, Canada, France, individual companies from South Africa, Indonesia, blah blah blah. There's a number of different countries, and they will have they use our software platform in advance of the show. They set up meetings with the exhibitors, can be on their booth. We have a special area if they want to have a neutral zone to meet. So it happens now, but it actually goes on for 6 months after the exhibition. So it doesn't just end on the 20th of September. If you're in the middle of a negotiation or a collaboration with a company, you can use the platform for another 6 months.
So, Sufyan, what are your expected outcomes for this exhibition and conference?
Well, I think, of course, the key outcome is, I think we want to project to the world that Malaysia is a hub for oil and gas services. I think that's probably very, very important. And then we hope that the foreigners that come here, they can find partners, because to have them to come here and establish in Malaysia will further project Malaysia as a hub for the region. I think that those are two very important outcomes. But we do have a third, which I think is also a very important outcome, where we have invited students from universities to come, because we like to showcase to them that the oil and gas is a career for them, and especially in oil and gas, where they have also the A to Z of all the disciplines in either engineering, accounting, or all sorts of things, petroleum and so on. And it's a very interesting career path, a lot of challenges, but very interesting, and you can go global as well with this career. So that's another aspect of the conference and exhibition that we are hoping to promote.
Okay, where can people get more information to participate?
www.mogsec2012.com.
Okay,
That's the
all right. There's
website
no
you can go
deadline.
to.
There's no
And so
deadline.
No,
That's
you,
right,
you
yeah.
can come on the 18th at 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Okay.
We'll even let you in at lunchtime.
The lunch is served, I take it.
Oh yeah, well, makan in Malaysia, yeah. Always.
Always. Well, there you have it. This is basically a very good opportunity if you're interested in the oil and gas sector, if you're already in the oil and gas sector, to come and take a look at the bigger picture offered to you, not only regionally but also internationally. Are there any final words or messages you would like to convey, Encik Sofian?
Well, I will encourage everybody to come, obviously, especially companies who would like to go into oil and gas, because we have lined up an interesting topics for the conference, and also we have companies that are actually speaking to showcase why they chose Malaysia as a hub. In fact, one of the world leader in a particular service is going to be speaking, and also companies from Malaysia are also going to be speaking on how they grew into a global player. So there's a lot of learning, for companies that want to be in oil and gas. And as I said just now, students who want to find a career in oil and gas, please come. And companies want to find matchmaking partners as well. So that probably wraps up the conference in a nutshell.
I think we try and provide something for everybody, whether you're exhibiting, you want to find out about the roadmap, or you want to partner with local companies. You need to give many different reasons to attend an event like this. And so we're trying to.
Locations, sorry.
Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre,
Okay.
halls 1, 2 and 3, 18th of September to the 20th of September. The conference is 18th to the 19th. The exhibition and business matching goes for the whole 3 days.
Okay, all right.
There you have it,
Something
a
to look forward
conference for the most expensive industry perhaps in the world, and growing. Thank you, gentlemen,
growing,
for joining us
Thank you.
on the program. It's been
Thank
a
you.
pleasure talking
Thank
to you.
you.
Thank you
And
very much.
if you want to get in the game, there you go. A conference set up just for that purpose, to give you more information and to show you why Malaysia is truly a hub for oil and gas services.